Let's take a look at the help documentation of open. And you'll see that the open function gets a bunch of arguments. The first two are the most important ones. We already used file, which is the path to the file object. And for these other ones, we used their default values, which means for modes, we used R. R means read. Therefore, this code here is the same as this. So you get the same output. Which one should you use? Well, to make the code simpler and shorter, this is fine. To make the code more explicit in terms of readability so that others can see that this is about reading the code, then you'd use this. Either way is fine. Now, what can we use for writing? For writing, you'd use a W for write. And let me create a new file under the files folder. Call it vegetables. So a vegetables file doesn't exist currently in my files folder. It will be created by the open function. And then in that empty file, we're going to write something. Write tomato. Of course, the content variable doesn't make sense here because we're not fetching some data from the file. We're just writing there. So let's keep it like that. Save it. Execute, and a vegetables.txt file has been created in my computer with the tomato string there. Let me put it here. So the read method looks for an existing file. The write method creates a new file. And I should warn you that if the file exists, like in this case fruits.txt is there, if that is the case, Python will override the existing file. So if you open fruits.txt now, you'll see that you have this new content of the file. So the existing content is discarded. How can we write more lines? Well, you have to use the \n special string, which creates break lines. Onion. Execute. So this is fruits.txt, and you get these 3 lines as we expected. Something you should know is that you can apply more than one method to the open file. Let's write garlic here. Now, intentionally, I didn't do something I was supposed to do to show you what happens. So garlic was immediately put after onion because there was no space or a \n operator there. If I put a space here, you of course would get a space between onion and garlic. But what you want instead is, you want that after each line you write, you want a \n. And in that case, you'd get the correct output. So now you're probably wondering, well, I have this fruits.txt file. I don't want to overwrite it. How can I actually add another line under these existing lines? And I'll show you how to do that in the next video.